am Parbram.
I am Archie.
And today we are going to watch 240 Somali pirates attack 2 Navy ships of USA. So this is like, I think so we are going to see for the first time that US is going to lose, because one Somali ship is okay, 2 is okay, but 240 is too much for anybody, because even though these destroyers are the best in the world and we have seen the capability of these, but I think so 240 pirate ships, they can just circle around them and they can do anything what they want.
Exactly. While I've thinking been of 240 Somali pirates and there are 2 Navy US ships, somewhere the competition is very obvious that these pirates will win. But on the other hand, I have an idea like, what if US has more technology? Because obviously they are pirates, they are not having any access to any technology things.
Yeah, it could be. So let's watch this
video.
October 12th, 2025. In the narrow, choppy waters of the Gulf of Aden, 28 speedboats carrying more than 240
Only
Somali
28.
pirates were approaching the
So
USNS
speedboats were
Providence,
28.
a U.S.
Speedboats,
Navy
okay.
weapons
But the
transport
pirates were
ship that was
240.
secretly delivering 1,200 artillery shells, 320 Javelin missiles, and nearly 8 million rounds of ammunition to a Marine task force near the coast of Yemen. Under the command of Abdurrahman Kadir Yusuf, a pirate kingpin turned global arms dealer, the pirates opened fire with RPG-7s, AK-47s, and DSHK heavy machine guns.
So they
tracer
had all the
bullets
guns
tearing
that
through the
you
night.
need.
Exactly. Every
But this was no ordinary act of piracy. Behind the attack was an international organization that traded weapons for drugs, stretching from the Horn of Africa to the cocaine coast of South America.
Oh.
But they made a fatal mistake. The retaliation was immediate. 3 CH-47 Chinooks roared in from the south, each carrying 60 Navy SEALs armed with M4A1 carbines and M320 grenade launchers.
Oh, they made a
Overhead,
mistake.
2 AH-64E Apache helicopters hovered with Hellfires and 1,200 rounds of ammunition, while an MQ-9 Reaper streamed coordinates back to the fleet. Will the pirates get their loot, or will they be wiped out by America's wrath?
They should
Join
do
me as
some
I
damage,
find
I
out.
think so, because
0310
boats is too
AM,
much.
October 12th, 2025, 50 nautical miles off Ras Hafun, Gulf of Aden. The
Ras
sea was
Hafun.
eerily calm that night, the black water concealing what was about to be revealed. Beneath the dim light of the horizon, the U.S. Navy supply ship USNS Providence moved silently through the Gulf of Aden. It had more than 1,200 artillery shells,
Wow.
320 Javelin anti-tank missiles, and
So the thing is,
40,000
it
rounds
was
of ammunition
already
on board.
delivering
A
weapons.
cargo
Exactly.
worth $280 million, enough firepower to equip an entire Marine Expeditionary Battalion for a week of combat. Then the radar screen began to flicker. At first, the crew of the destroyer escort USS Meridian thought it was interference, the echoes of passing fishing boats or cargo ships. But within seconds, the picture became clear. 28 speedboats, each traveling at more than 38 knots, were closing in rapidly from 3 directions. Their numbers were growing.
From 3
More than
directions.
240 armed men forming a swarm.
That's what I
The
thought.
enemy flag was quickly identified. The Khalid Front, a pirate organization led by Abdurrahman Kadir Yusuf, a former warlord turned arms dealer. His fleet was not looking for ransom, it was looking for the cargo itself. Intelligence
Okay.
later
Oh, they
revealed
wanted
his
all the
partnership
guns or
with
the
the Black
loot.
Tide Cartel,
Yes.
a violent drug organization that uses Somali waters to trade weapons for drugs, with criminal networks stretching as far as South
they are
America.
packed. They have all the
Responsible
things.
for laundering more than $50 million a year through East
They
African ports.
already do this thing.
Captain Alan Brenner of the Meridian
Hey, did you
understood
hear the amount?
immediately. If the
$50
pirates
million.
reached the Providence, a single hit to the
Wow.
ammunition depot would create an explosion equivalent to 30,000 pounds of TNT,
Oh my
enough to
God.
light up half the Gulf of Aden. Sirens blared throughout the ship. Red lights illuminated the bridge. Radio commands continued. Headquarters, all to your positions. In that instant, the calm waters of the bay transformed into a
Very
battlefield.
tense.
2 American warships faced off against hundreds of attackers. Outnumbered, the crew braced for impact. Everyone knew the first shots were seconds away. Will the U.S. fleet stand its ground? Or will the waves of Somalia swallow an American warship whole? 0325 AM.
The thing is, like, Somali pirates are known for climbing ships. So if they come too near, they can easily climb this warship and they can just jump onto the people. And of course, there are 240 of them. Of course, in these 2 destroyers, there might be 10, 20 or 30
Yes,
soldiers.
I agree.
Not more than that. So how can they fight?
Within
Oh
minutes,
my
the
God,
ocean
that's
seemed to tear
the
itself
question.
apart. The pirate flotilla broke formation and lunged forward. 28 fast boats slicing across the waves at 40 knots, their twin engines howling in the darkness.
Oh.
Each vessel carried
And
8
that
to
too
10
in the darkness.
Exactly.
armed to the teeth with RPG-7 launchers, PKM machine guns, and DSHK 50 caliber cannons welded to their bows. Tracer rounds slashed through the night like red comets in a violent constellation. From the deck of the USNS Providence, the first warning erupted through the intercom. Multiple contacts inbound, 1,200 yards and closing fast. Searchlights flared to life, cutting sharp
And
white
radar is the
spears
only
through the
thing you
haze.
can
Seconds
rely
later,
upon.
an
Yes.
RPG screamed
In this
out of the
darkness
darkness
only
and
it can
slammed into the
identify.
Providence's stern. The blast punched through the steel bulkhead,
Oh,
gouging a
they did
4-foot
attack
crater
once.
in the cargo bay. The deck shuddered. Alarms howled.
Oh my god.
Damage control teams sprinted
Oh.
into the inferno,
And
fighting to keep the
I have seen a lot of videos, but I've never seen any country attack USA.
Exactly.
They are always like, okay, we do this, we do that, but they never attack. This is the first time I'm seeing, because Somali pirates are like, they will go for it.
Wow.
flames from reaching the ammunition magazine below. 1,200 naval shells, enough to unleash 30,000 pounds of TNT, a firestorm that could turn half the Gulf of Aden into a glowing wound visible from orbit. The pirates pressed their advantage. At less than 300 yards, more than 300 AK-47s, 40 RPG-7s,
300
and 20
AK-47s.
The
DSHK
amount of
heavy
army
machine
they are
guns
carrying.
opened up at once. The night exploded into chaos. Nearly 50,000 rounds fired in the first 10 minutes.
Oh,
Gunfire drowned out the ocean itself.
it's like a festival.
Bullets tore through antennas, lifeboats, and deck
Firecrackers
rails as
bursting here
sparks
and there.
cascaded like molten rain. The U.S. Navy struck back with surgical fury. From the USS Meridian, anchored 600 yards off Providence's starboard beam, two 20mm Phalanx C-1WS guns spun to life, spitting 4,500
that is the
tungsten shells per
counterattack.
minute. The sky erupted with white-orange tracers as 3 pirate skiffs were vaporized in seconds.
Oh, insane.
Deck gunners followed with .50 caliber bursts, punching holes through wooden hulls and igniting fuel tanks. Fireballs rolled across the waves, each one briefly revealing shattered debris and bodies hurled into the Black Sea.
Oh my god.
Still, 5 boats broke through the perimeter. Rockets streaked toward the Providence. 1 RPG struck the aft railing, detonating beside a javelin launcher. The shockwave hurled sailors across the deck. 2 were burned, 1 blinded by shrapnel. Fire crews charged through smoke and chaos, quenching the blaze just seconds before
What
it
a
reached the
chaos.
ammunition hold.
Shit,
10
man.
seconds slower and the Providence would have vanished in a single incandescent flash.
Oh my god.
By dawn, at least 12 pirate boats had been obliterated. 70 fighters lay dead or wounded, yet the assault did not stop. Overhead, an MQ-9 Reaper drone transmitted live footage to both ships. Its thermal cameras revealed new contacts, dozens of speedboats converging from the east.
Technology
A
is
second
very
wave,
big
nearly
advantage for
100
USA.
more, moving in perfect coordination through encrypted radio channels. This was no desperate raid. It was a meticulously planned assault, designed to seize American weapons intact.
And I think so for the first time we are seeing America lose.
Exactly.
Can the Navy's next move crush the pirates' empire? Or will the hunters become the hunted? 5:10 a.m. Smoke from burning boats still drifted across the Gulf of Aden. More than 70 pirate corpses floated amid the wreckage, blackened wood, twisted
still a
metal,
lot of them
and
are left.
half-submerged boats. Diesel fuel spilling into the
Now
waves.
240 in number.
The USNS Providence was damaged but still afloat. Damage control reported 11 sailors injured, 2 in critical condition, but the ammunition was intact. A miracle measured in seconds.
Oh wow.
From the control room
goods are
aboard the
still there.
USS Meridian, analysts began piecing together the digital trail. Signals picked up by pirate radios pointed inland, toward a cluster of warehouses near the Barawi Peninsula, a notorious smuggling corridor long shrouded in corruption and silence. At
Okay.
5:47 a.m., satellite imagery confirmed what the naval battle had revealed. This was not an isolated group. It was a network. Thermal scanning revealed 12 fortified structures along the shore, each apparently containing crates of weapons and ammunition.
Okay, there are
Logistical
more.
data collated from Camp Lemon in Djibouti revealed staggering numbers. An estimated 15 tons of small arms, 180 RPG launchers, 2 million rounds of ammunition,
2
and
million
40,000
rounds?
gallons of fuel reserves. Enough to sustain a private army for months.
This is
Financial
not
intelligence
just small,
added another shock. A money trail
gundas.
traced through offshore accounts in Aden, Djibouti,
Or
and
robbers, what you
Bogota
can
showed more than $28 million had been transferred in the past 6 weeks through shell companies linked to the Black Tide cartel. The pirates weren't petty thieves.
Yeah,
they were
actually,
couriers.
like thinking them, like I always feel like pirates because they look poor.
Exactly.
Whenever
they
you
do.
see in videos and you feel them, you feel like, okay, but the money he's talking about is 50 million, 20 million dollars, and that is like rich money.
Exactly, and I think they have been planning this from a very long time. Only
And-
now they can execute.
And there's so much of ammunition, so much of things. I don't know who is getting rich after all of this.
In a global arms trade, trading guns for cocaine. As the data poured in, Captain
Trading
Brenner
guns
gave
for
a single
cocaine.
command.
Oh.
Go to the source. The radio chatter died down. Every sailor knew what that meant. The next phase wouldn't take place at sea. It would take place on Somali soil, where the real heart of the operation lay deep under the sand.
Okay.
They are going
What
into the
happens
land.
when U.S. Special Forces take the fight onto Somali soil? Keep watching. You won't believe the outcome. At 8 a.m., the order came through. Execute Don Cleaver.
Don Cleaver?
From the deck of the USS Meridian,
operation
3
or what?
CH-47, Chinook helicopters lifted into the rising heat, their blades carving the morning haze. Each carried 60 U.S. Navy SEALs, armed with M4A1
60.
carbines, M320 grenade launchers, and thermal optics. Above them, 2 AH-64E Apache gunships circled with 1,200
Oh my
rounds
God,
of 30
they are going
millimeter
for
cannon
all-out
fire and
attack.
Hellfire missiles locked and ready. The
How do you
target,
touch us?
a fortified coastal compound outside Barawi, where intelligence
It's
had
time for
confirmed
proportional
15
attack.
tons of weapons and millions in
Backfired.
cartel cash were hidden. At 8:17 a.m., the first Apache fired.
Done.
A single Hellfire missile struck a fuel depot, detonating 40,000 gallons of diesel in an explosion
my
that
God.
shook the peninsula.
Oh!
The blast leveled the perimeter walls and set off a chain reaction in the ammunition cache, flames reaching nearly 200 feet into the air.
God.
200
Within
feet.
seconds, SEAL teams fast roped from the Chinooks into the chaos below. Resistance was immediate and ferocious. Over 150 militants opened fire with RPG-7s,
They were also ready.
AK-103 rifles, and Chinese-made Type 80 machine guns. Tracers stitched across the sand as SEALs advanced through smoke and dust. One squad breached the main warehouse, finding crates of Iranian mortars, Russian PKM belts, and documents stamped with the insignia of the Black Tide cartel. Another team stormed a communications room, recovering encrypted laptops tied to Yemen-based brokers
they are gone
and South
now.
American narcotics shipments.
Their worst mistake
By
ever.
They just
8:42
made a
a.m.,
raid.
the 2nd Apache engaged the Western Ridge, cutting down a convoy of 6 pickup trucks attempting to flee with the warlord Abdurrahman Kadir Yusuf.
Oh, even he's
His
gone.
vehicle was struck by a burst of 30mm rounds, flipping end over end in a plume of fire. Kadir's reign ended where it began, in the dust of the Somali coast.
Wow.
The fighting raged for nearly 40 minutes. 91 militants were confirmed killed, 46 captured, and 12 warehouses destroyed. Among the rubble, SEALs uncovered $32 million in cash, 500 kilograms of cocaine,
In cash?
and shipping manifests linking arms dealers
500
in Mogadishu.
kilograms of cocaine also.
And do you know how much value is that? I think so 1 kg cocaine is worth millions of dollars again.
Oh my
So
God.
that much cocaine, that much of cash just lying around. Like, what are these guys?
Mogadishu, Aden, and Caracas. 6 hostages, including 2 American engineers, were freed, trembling but
Oh,
alive.
see the cash.
As the last Chinook
God.
lifted off at 9:20 a.m., smoke still curled over the shattered compound. The mission had succeeded. The supply chain feeding terror and narcotics across 3 continents had been cut open and burned to ash. But deep down, every man on board knew this was no final victory, only the first battle in a far greater war that was still unfolding. 10 a.m., October 12, 2025. By mid-morning, the Gulf of Aden was quiet again. But it was the silence that follows devastation. The Barawi compound burned for more than 6 hours, columns of black smoke visible 30 miles out to sea. When the SEAL teams regrouped at Camp Lemon in Djibouti, the final numbers came in. What they had uncovered was not a pirate den. It was a transnational operation spanning 3 continents, 7
Oh.
shell companies, and $50 million in
This
illicit
looks like an
arms.
Indian Bollywood spy movie. You know how they
Yeah.
just do simple things and then they find out there is a very
Very
big.
big thing going on.
Battle damage reports listed 91 militants killed, 46 captured,
Oh.
and 15 tons of weapons destroyed, including 200 RPGs, 2 million rounds of ammunition, and 12
2
heavy
million
trucks
rounds.
retrofitted for combat. The explosions had erased 12 warehouses, collapsed 2 underground tunnels, and wiped out $32 million in cash reserves belonging to the Black Tide cartel. In one of the bunkers,
my
investigators found ledgers detailing shipments to Yemen, Sudan, Venezuela, and even Colombia's Guajira coast, where cartel traffickers traded cocaine for rifles. The USNS
This was like a
Providence, though
stopgap
damaged,
for all the
remained
cartels.
operational, a testament to the discipline of her crew. Engineers patched 4 hull breaches, secured 1,200 artillery shells, and transferred 320 javelins to a secondary vessel. Not a single round was lost.
Wow.
The potential catastrophe,
That's
a blast
amazing.
equivalent to 25,000 pounds of TNT, had been avoided by sheer human precision.
That's
But
crazy.
victory came with revelation.
No damage.
Intelligence analysts reviewing encrypted data from Barawi discovered communications routed through Tehran and Aden, confirming
Iran is
that
also there.
Iranian intermediaries had
Oh.
brokered several of the weapon exchanges. The pirates were not freelancers. They were instruments in a far deeper shadow war, one that blended terror, narcotics,
Oh,
and
so
proxy
all
funding
that
into a
millions
single
of dollars were
toxic
not
current.
theirs.
As the sun sank
They were
over
just
the Indian
agents.
Ocean, Captain Brenner stood on the deck of the Meridian, watching smoke drift over the horizon. The message was clear and merciless. Attack a U.S. vessel, and the response will not stop at sea.
Never.
It will come for you, wherever you hide. The aftermath of Operation Dawn Cleaver echoed far beyond Somalia. Ports tightened security. U.S. allies launched audits on maritime shipments, and global markets trembled at the exposure of an arms for drugs network worth hundreds of millions.
My God, what
The
a ripple
pirates'
effect.
empire was gone, but their financiers remained in the shadows. And as intelligence units traced the next wave of encrypted transactions, one chilling truth emerged.
Now what?
Barawi was only one node in a far larger web, and the war for the oceans had just begun. As dusk settled over the Gulf, the last fires from Barawi flickered out, their smoke blending with the red horizon.
I thought this was the first time we are going to see a US ship lose, but that was not happening at all. But the damage or the damage was also very strange to me, because I've always seen, you know, China, you know, trying to attack it, Russia trying to attack it, but they always stay away from actually attacking it, because we have seen a video of Iran attacking a US ship and then it went very, very bad for them. So I think so, but these pirates, I think so, because they are kind of hooligans, so they thought that we will do it, we'll do whatever we want to do, but they underestimated USA.
Exactly, the amount of destruction was made through this operation, or what we can say, this operation turned out to be something that led to a more bigger thing. It did led us to a more bigger picture, because the US, I guess, they only thought that these are just hooligans who are trying to attack them, but actually there was a very big operation and very big trade of cocaine and arms which was going on, and in a good way, I guess, it was revealed and it was some way beneficial for them.
Actually, and these millions of dollars were not theirs. They were just agents who were transferring this to somebody else. So what do you guys think about it? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
Subscribe to the video.
bye.